Sorry about that, had to answer the phone. This is a box set, I guess you could say, of Adam Sandler's first 2 films, updated versions with special features and deleted scenes. Good films, classic films. I like them both. A lot of people say Billy Madison's not good. I don't know why. I mean, they're both, obnoxious films as far as that goes, as far as his acting goes. Happy Gilmore, seems to be a lot of people's favorite in this set, but like I said, I like them both. They're both worth the watch. It's early Adam Sandler, and, it's good. Black Beauty, never seen it, but I heard it's a pretty good classic. Blazing Saddles. Like I said, I'm not a fan of westerns, so I guess maybe if I was, I would have understood this a little bit better. I have seen this. It is funny, but, for those of you who watch westerns and like westerns, but have never seen this, this is worth the watch. This is also a 30th edition DVD of this, so it has special features. Blue Crush, got to see this at the movies. Very good film. About surfer girls in Hawaii, and this blonde one up here, she enters a contest. Good film. I know there's a second one to it that came straight to DVD, I think, a few months ago. Never saw it. Is it as good as the first one? Is the second Blue Crush as good as the first one? Elvis in Blue Hawaii. I'm not a huge Elvis fan when it comes to his movies. His music is very good. But as far as movies go, they all seem to be the kind of same type of character, with the exception of Jailhouse Rock. That's probably his best one, and I don't have that on DVD. But this is the only Elvis film I do have on DVD at the time being. But this isn't that bad. I think this is a sequel to, what, G.I. Blues? I've never seen that one, but somebody said this is a sequel to G.I. Blues. It seems like it is, because if you've seen both of them, or if you've seen, I've seen this and I've heard what G.I. Blues is about, and it does seem like it is comes like some kind of a sequel. Excuse me. Bobby, this is a film directed by Emilio Estevez. It's a fictional plus fact story about the life of Robert Kennedy's last day. Not so much about his life, but about what happened at the hotel he was going to give his speech at. Like I said, it's somewhat fictional, but it's also true, because a lot of the some of the people in it, like there's a lounge singer that really happened. I can't really explain the film too much because there's a lot to talk about in this film, but the cast is great. Yeah, this film, like I said, it was nominated. It was directed by Emilio Estevez, Charlie Sheen's brother, and yes, it was nominated for a Golden Globe. I don't know what that means to some people, but whatever. This film's cast is very good. Lawrence Fishburne, Heather Graham, Anthony Hopkins, Helen Hunt, Lindsay Lohan, William H. Macy, Demi Moore, Sharon Stone, Elijah Wood, and Emilio Estevez is in there for a little. Sorry about that again. I keep getting interrupted by the damn phone. But back to this. I'm a huge fan of Robert Kennedy. It's a shame what happened to him. I wasn't alive, obviously, during those days because he died in '68 and I'm only 27 years old. But, he's one of those politicians that I think a lot of people felt that wasn't a fake, and it was, this is the real deal. And, he was running for president in '68. And it probably would have been him and Nixon. And in my opinion, I think he would have beat Nixon for the White House. I think he would have been our new president. It's a shame. It really is what happened to him. And back to this film. The film is worth the watch. Like I said, it's a fictional plus fact story because, not everything in this film happened based on what I've read on Robert Kennedy, because I've read a few books. But, the film is worth the watch. It seems a lot like a TV movie, though, if you ever watch it. But it's a very good film. Alright, to continue, we have the Bourne trilogy. Huge fan of these films. I think of them as like modern-day James Bond films. The third one I'm not a huge fan of, but it goes with the story. I'm just not a huge fan of it. Supposedly, I know these are based on novels. I think there's 6 novels. So I don't know if they're going to make 6 more films. 3 more films. But for those who have seen this, what do you think? Do you like the Bourne films? Also, is it true that Matt Damon will not be in the newest one, the 4th one? Do you think that'll kill it if it is true? I question it. Whoever they're going to play. I don't know why Matt Damon wouldn't do it. I know he does these kind of films pretty much all the time. Maybe he wants to take a break. But I think this is his best work right here so far. This next one we have here is called Breaking Away. Good DVD, good film. It's an underdog story about a young high school kid who wants to enter the Tour de France. And it's a underdog story. It's worth the watch. This next film here, Brian's Song, it's a 1970s made-for-TV film about a character named Brian Piccolo, played by James Caan. He has cancer. He gets cancer, excuse me. He's a very talented football player who gets cancer. And this is based in the 60s, so he befriends this black guy here. And he is played by, but he is played by Billy D. Williams. And, you might have seen this on television a lot. So you have here an inspiring true story of friendship and courage. Basically what the whole thing is, James Caan's character is the only one who likes him, and the others on the team don't because he's black and blah, 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 and all that other crap. So, it's a very good film. It's a heartwarming story, if you want to call it that. Like I said, it's a made-for-TV movie, but the picture quality is excellent. The sound is excellent. And it's definitely worth the watch. Next we have here Bruce Almighty. A good film. Never seen Evan Almighty. Doesn't really interest me that much. This is very good for Jim Carrey's work. I like Jim Carrey. Again, he's another good comedian. I don't like everything he's done, but I like the majority of stuff. This is definitely worth the watch. The Butterfly Effect. This is a very good film. Ashton Kutcher produced this. He did this at the time he was just doing that 70s show, and this is definitely worth the watch. I haven't seen the second and the third one. I heard the third one's better than the second one, but I heard they both suck compared to this. I'm inclined to believe that. Pixar's Cars. I'm not a huge Pixar fan, so I never saw this, but yeah, maybe someday I will. Caddyshack, the original. This is the only Caddyshack you should watch. The second one, please stay away from. You don't even want to watch that on a rainy day. The second Caddyshack is terrible. This is the one you want to watch, the first one. Classic film. Classic characters. Chevy Chase. Let's see here. Yeah, you have Chevy Chase, Bill Murray, Rodney Dangerfield, who is definitely the star of the film, and the guy from Mary Tyler Moore, I want to say. I can't think of his name. Ed Asner, maybe? Right there? But this is just a classic comedy. Everybody's, I'm sure, seen it. But it's very funny. And, yes, the snobs against the slobs. 20th anniversary edition. Yes. Next we have here Captain Ron. I don't see this in a lot of people's collection. I don't see this DVD. This film stars Kurt Russell and Martin Sheen. Main reason I just said that was because I feel this is a forgotten film, and maybe that's why you don't have it in your collection. But this is definitely worth the watch. It's a very good, I think late 80s, early 90s film. And if you've never seen this film, it's, like I said, definitely worth the watch, and please pick it up.